What's up, YouTube? So I went to my second event in Seattle today. I went to the salon again, this time for Tekken instead of Street Fighter. I got there a little before 6 o'clock, and I wanted to make sure I had, time to get there and park. Pay only $20 this time instead of $37 for the entire day. And, so that was, better. I thought about bringing my bike because I was like, well, what if I just put my bike in the van that I'm driving, right? And find the free parking, however far away it is, and then just ride my bike down to the venue. That would be solid, right? I was going to do that, but then I was like, never mind, I'll just pay the $20 because I probably would have put the bike in the van and then ended up putting the bike in the van, taking it down the steps from my apartment, putting it in the van, getting to the place, and then being like, you know what? I don't feel like doing that. I'll just go pay the $20 and leave the bike in the van. So when I got there, there were about like two other people sitting there playing some casuals, and they were playing, I think it was like a Hwoarang versus a Jun. So I sat down next to them, on the setup next to them, and just, kind of started playing in training mode or whatever. Got my Alyssa, did some combos, did some of my stuff to make sure I was like warmed my fingers up and stuff like that. Then I kind of just sat there and watched them play for a little bit. So the first person to sit down and play me in casuals was another player who was playing Alyssa. So I assume that he had multiple characters that he was playing, but he decided, he was like, you know what, let's run the Alyssa set, because he did play Alyssa, but I think he had some other characters that he was going to be playing. So he was running the Alyssa mirror, and his Alyssa was fairly more solid than my Alyssa is. Mine is a little shaky. You know what I mean? I haven't really played Tekken in tournament like at all ever. So, I didn't know really what to expect from a lot of the players. I just went there assuming that everybody is at least a Tekken king. That's what I just assumed. I just go there, assume that everybody I'm going to play is at least a Tekken king or above. So that was my expectation going into matches. Yeah. So in the casual set, I think I took maybe like one or two games. I know I took at least one game. I'm not sure if it was the second one, but like I got some rounds though. Like it wasn't completely like terrible, but I know there's definitely some things I probably could have been doing better. There are some things that I dropped. And I was like, all right, well, let's fix those things up before the tournament starts. After we finished playing the matches, when it got closer to 7 o'clock for the tournament to start, because they were going to start around 7:15. There was pizza. Granted, it was cold. It was cold pizza because I'm sure it's been sitting there. They probably ordered the pizza like before and expected people to get there earlier. But it was pizza nonetheless, and I still got a slice, ate me a slice of cold pizza. I greatly appreciate there being food there because they didn't have to do that. It's like you come to a free tournament, free venue, free entry, and they buy you pizza. That's insane. Like there's no reason to not go if you're in the area of like the Seattle area, or you can get to these tournaments or get to the salon any one of the days that they have any events or like casual nights or whatever. You should definitely go out. Like even if you're not that good at the game or you don't think that you can do any work in the game, I'm probably the weakest player there. So you can go there and just get some experience and get used to being in the scene or whatever, right? Like that's pretty much the first thing. If you're playing Tekken or you're playing Street Fighter or you're playing any one of these like games that they have there at the salon, just go take your first step. It's completely free. You just go, hey, I'm here for the tournament, I'm here for casuals or whatever, and you just be there. Come, even if you're not going to play, come and watch, right? Come and watch the games, and then play casuals with people, after the tournament if you really don't want to enter the tournament, but you should, because it's free. Like it's a free tournament. Like I would have killed to have a free tournament when I didn't have any money, right? Like when I lived in Philly, like I was like broke. So like I really didn't. I would still go to majors with friends, and if I didn't have the money, or if one of our friends didn't have the money, we would still get our friends to come to the majors. So like if I didn't have cash or whatever, I didn't have the amount of money to go to the tournament, my friends would just be like, yo, let's just come on. just come to the tournament. And then like, somebody would pick me up, like Aaron, my friend Aaron would pick me up. And this is more recent after he started driving. Before it was me. I drove everybody everywhere for the last, I don't know how many years of us going to tournaments. And then, as more of our friends started getting cars and stuff like that, then, people was getting there and we got to the tournaments. But the point is that we would always get our friends to the majors, so that they could, hang out with us over the weekend or whatever. Even if they weren't entering the tournament, we just hang out in the hotel room, and we usually split the room. And if somebody didn't have the money for the room, it didn't matter. We were still like, come on, hang out. Who cares, right? It's enough of us. We can pull together the money. But aside from majors, I didn't really go to a lot of locals when I didn't have any money. So like, it was just like, I don't want to go downtown and then have to park somewhere. Find parking downtown is a pain, and then finding or paying for the venue and entry fees and stuff when you don't really have it like that, then it's kind of rough. Like sometimes you gotta scrape together a little bit of something to go support the locals, but I couldn't do that all the time. I would have killed for a free local, right? But I know everybody can't do that, so I don't know what they're doing, or I don't know what they're running here at the salon, but they have something here, and Seattle has something that is very special. So if you're part of the fighting game community, or you want to start being part of the fighting game community, go to the salon. Go to the salon. I think I'll probably put like a link to like their like Twitch page, and like maybe like I don't know if I should put the address. I guess I could put the address of the venue, or maybe a link to something that gives you the address to the venue in the description of the video. So anybody looking to go can go to these things, because like it's a blessing to have a free local that you can go enter every week. Support this. Everybody doesn't have these. Everybody doesn't have free locals to go to every week. Now that I'm done that rant about go support this local because it's free, the tournament got started around like 7 or whatever, and I went to play my first opponent. So like he was giving everybody their matches and telling everybody who they should go play and what setup they should go to and stuff. And my opponent wasn't there yet, so I hadn't even looked at the bracket or anything. So he was like, well, your opponent will be here in a few minutes. They're parking or whatever. And I was like, all right, cool, no problem. So I just stood around, watched people play, and then when the person walked in, right? When the person walked in, I just had a feeling that was going to be my opponent, and I was like, I think this guy might be a legend. I think this guy might be a really strong player. It was weird. It was weird to think that, like, because it was like, I think this. He walked in. He had on shades, right? He had on his shades. And he came in there. He was like, "Yo," he walked in, walked to the guy with the bracket, and I was like, "This is probably the guy I'm supposed to play." So he had shades on. He was like, they were like, "All right, go sit down at setup 3 or whatever." We go sit down to setup. I sit down on P1 side. I sat down on P1 side on purpose every match because I cannot play on P2 side yet. So I'm gonna start probably playing on P2 side at home so that I get used to being able to play on that side and start practicing my KBDs on that side, because I didn't even think about that until right before I left for the tournament. I was like, crap. I was like, I don't play on P2 side like that. I'm probably going to have to play on P2 side at some point. So I just made sure I sat down. There was like only one of my matches where the guy was like, let's play rock, paper, scissors. We'll get to that. So, we sit down, and then, he pulls out, his gold controller or whatever, his PS4 controller, mind you. He wasn't using the PS5 controller, using the PS4 controller that looked like he'd been using that joint for a minute. And I was like, I might be done here. And then he had this bag of chips. He was finishing up his bag of chips, and he was selecting his character. Right, I got this from my friend because he was like, yeah. So he pulled out his gold controller. He attached his silencer to it, and I was like, yeah. And then he put his scope and his laser sight on it. So I was like, I'm done. I'm finished. I don't. This match is over already. So so he selects his character. He picks Claudio, and I'm like, God damn. I'm like, I literally don't play against no Claudios online. So I have like no Claudio experience. I played against Claudio once maybe 3 times, and one of the times was against my friend Austin, who when he was first learning the game, and I'm like, oh god, I'm like, I don't really know how to fight this character. Like, I used to use the character in Tekken 7 for a little bit, so I kind of know what he does, but like at the same time, I just know that he just like got these like long buttons. He just smacks you around, and I'm always having an issue with characters with Alyssa that have long buttons. He got some of the longest buttons, okay, and so it was rough, and I could immediately tell the skill difference just in the way his movement was, and the way he was approaching me, and the way like I felt like I couldn't really do anything to him. There was nothing that I could catch him off guard with. Like, I think I took 1 round from him, and I was like, I won. I beat the game. Like, that's what it felt like. I was like, I took 1 round, and I'm like, I don't know how I did it, but I did it. So then I kept on, I kept trying, but dude, he was good. I could tell he was really good. So he beats me. It was 2-0, GG's, fist bumps. And then, so, I sit down, I'm, on my phone, and then I go to play my second match in losers. So I play my second match in losers. It's versus a Jun player. And so in the beginning, I'm like kind of wary of Jun, because I know Jun is a really strong character. I'm kind of scared of her strings. I'm scared of like heat stuff. And I was like, I'm trying not to get hit by like heat things. I was trying not to get hit by like a lot of the like strings. So I was like, I think I need to try to be a little more aggressive than I was in the last match that I played, because I'm like, all right, well, let me start, using 4-4-2-3s, a lot of more running 2s, see if I can get these plus frames, and just kind of stop this Jun from doing anything. And then, started using the chainsaws, and was able to like get the chainsaw offense going, and I took that match 2-0. That felt good, that I won a match, that I came there and I actually won a match. I didn't go 0-2, so that was better than I could have asked for, right? Didn't go 0-2. So then I had to play my second match in losers, and in that match I had to play a Kazuya. This is the guy. He was like, I sat down on P1 side, and he was like, do you want to do rock paper scissors for P1 side? And I was like, all right. So we started, we did the rock paper scissors. It was like rock paper scissors shoot. I think it was we both went scissors, then we both went rock, then we both went rock, then we both went scissors, and I think I went scissors again, and he went paper, and I was like, thank God. I was like, thank God. So I got to play on player 1 side, right? Got on player 1 side. He plays on player 2 side. He plays Kazuya. But it didn't matter. It didn't matter. So I got mixed. I think most of the issue was that I just continued to duck, because I was so sure that he was going to go, I'm just gonna hell sweep this guy. I'm just gonna hell sweep this guy. He's trash. So I kept ducking, and I kept getting bounced off the ground, kicked in the top of the head. So I was just like, dog, I'm upset with myself. I ducked every single time. I think I blocked 1 hell sweep, the only hell sweep that he did, probably because I just kept ducking the whole time, and punished that. And I don't even remember if I took any rounds or how many rounds it was, but I pretty much got 50-50. But we laughed about it afterwards. I was just like, dude, I was like, damn, I was like, I just can't deal with the 50-50. And then I was like, dude, just hit me low sometimes, please. So we just laughed about it. And then that was it for me. So I went 1-2 out of the tournament. That was pretty cool. Then I stayed for a little bit and watched some of the matches be played. And then I was like, you know what? Let me get out of here, because I know I'm gonna want to go home and record this video, and do some other stuff before I go to sleep. I'm definitely gonna go next week. I'm gonna go next Sunday. It being at 6 o'clock is actually pretty nice. Like, I don't have to worry about getting there like at 2 o'clock and then like being there in the middle of the day, because then I can like sleep, because I didn't wake up until like 1 in the afternoon because I was up so late the night before, until the next morning, pretty much. So I didn't get up until like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So yeah, that was good that I didn't have to be there at 2. But yeah, definitely if you live in the Seattle area and you're playing Tekken or you're playing Street Fighter, make sure you make it out to these events, or at least try to make it out to some of these events, because these dudes are doing the work of the Lord, bringing free local tournament and free local sessions and stuff to Seattle, and it's good, and a lot of these players are really good, and if you come out to these players, you will definitely level up if you sit there and play them in matches. So you'll learn a lot, you'll get to play against some higher level players, and you won't have to worry about not being able to get to the high ranks to be able to play some of these people. But but it was fun, and I think, yeah, I'm definitely gonna go next week. And I guess I'll keep you guys updated on how that goes. Before I left, I told the guy that was running the bracket, I was like, all right, man, I'm about to get out of here. He was like, yeah, man, top 3 pays out. I was like, yeah, maybe one day. I was like, maybe one day, but I'm really not even worried about top payouts, because I don't think I'm gonna make top 3 against these guys. Like, hopefully I can get that good one day, but most likely I'm not gonna get there. But I will still keep trying to improve in the game, and I will be going to Evo this year. So since I'm going to Evo this year, I do want to be prepared at least in one game to try to not go 0-2. You know what I mean? So I'm probably gonna enter Street Fighter. I'm going to enter Tekken. I'm probably gonna enter Street Fighter. And then maybe 1 or 2 other games. But I'm also looking forward to play 2XKO, and hopefully they have it there at Evo, like a new build of it or something, because I am fiending to play 2XKO. I want to play that game so bad. That'll be a game that is going to run very deep very, very deep on my stream when it comes out. So that's another reason why I said I probably won't be making top 8 or top 3 or whatever at Tekken tournament, because even though I still will play Tekken, I'm probably not going to be focused on Tekken when 2XKO comes out, whenever that is. Who knows when that is? Maybe next year, hopefully next year. But whenever that comes out, then that's when. But right now, I think I'm going to have Tekken as my main game. I'm going to play it a lot. I'm still going to play other stuff, but Tekken is probably going to be my main game. I'm going to play Street Fighter, and then also 2XKO. So I have a lot on my plate. But thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you guys in the next video. And there's all types of stuff on my channel. I stream. Don't forget, I stream on Twitch and TikTok, 9 p.m. Pacific time. So if you're up late on the East Coast, 12 o'clock is when I start streaming. But on the West Coast, the Pacific Northwest, on the west side of the country, I stream at 9 p.m. So come through sometimes. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Twitch. Definitely subscribe here to the YouTube channel, because I need to get to 1,000. That's my goal. So make sure you subscribe to the channel to help me out. Thanks for watching, and definitely catch you guys in the next video. All right, peace.